What if I told you that somewhere out there in the dead of night, a woman stands crying beside a river? She's heartbreakingly beautiful, trembling, helpless, and alone. You feel drawn to her. Something in you wants to help. But the moment you touch her shoulder, she turns around. And what you see is not human. This isn't a horror movie. This is a story people have told for centuries, and it's still happening. This is La Llorona, the weeping woman. Hey, before we dive deeper, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy true horror, haunted folklore, and the darkest stories from around the world. I drop new stories every week, and the next one might just keep you up at night. Now, let's head to the river. In Latin America, every child knows her name, La Llorona. The story goes back generations, told in whispers at night just before bedtime, as a warning or a threat. Her name means the weeping woman. The most common version starts like this. A young woman named Maria lived in a small village. She was so beautiful that men came from far and wide just to see her. One day, a wealthy Spanish nobleman arrived and was immediately captivated. They fell in love, or at least she did. They had 2 children together, but he never married her. In fact, one day he left, married a woman of his own class, and abandoned Maria and their kids like they were nothing. Heartbroken, humiliated, and angry, Maria did something no mother should ever do. One night, in a moment of blind pain, she took her children to the river and drowned them. The second she saw their lifeless bodies drifting away, she realized the horror of what she had done. She let out a scream so loud and so full of grief that people miles away said the river stopped flowing for a second. Some say she drowned herself that night. Others say she collapsed and died of heartbreak. But no matter how she died, the story doesn't end there. It only begins. La Llorona was cursed, doomed to roam the rivers for all eternity, crying out, "Ay, mis hijos, oh, my children." Her spirit is trapped between worlds, desperately searching for the children she murdered. But there's a darker version. In some parts of Mexico, Texas, Guatemala, and El Salvador, they say she evolved into something else, a predator. By night she appears near rivers, lakes, or canals as a stunning woman in white, weeping softly. Her face hidden, her hair long and black, soaked with tears. Some men, often drunk, lonely, or foolish, are drawn to her sadness. They think they're heroes. They think maybe, just maybe, they can comfort her, or even take advantage of her. But as they step closer, the crying stops. She turns, and her face, twisted, melting, hollow. Her scream rips through the night, and before the man can run, she grabs him and drags him into the water forever. This isn't just a story told to scare kids. In 2021, a man in Mexico City was walking home near the Xochimilco canals, a place already known for creepy legends. Around 2 a.m., he sent a voice message to a friend. "There's a woman crying here. I think she's hurt. I'm going to check on her." That was the last anyone heard from him. His body was found the next morning in the canal, fully clothed. No signs of struggle, no witnesses, no injuries. Just one thing stood out. His face was twisted in terror, as if he had died screaming. Locals weren't surprised. They already knew who lived near that canal. In San Antonio, Texas, a woman named Maritza posted on Reddit about something that happened to her uncle. He was fishing alone at night, sitting near a quiet riverbank with his lantern on. He said he heard a woman crying softly behind him. He turned, expecting to see someone lost or hurt. Instead, he saw a woman, pale, soaking wet, wearing a white dress. When he called out, she didn't answer. She just kept crying. He started walking toward her. That's when the air turned ice cold. His lantern flickered and went out. And in that moment of darkness, he heard a voice right next to his ear whisper, "Where are my children?" He dropped everything and ran. When he returned the next morning to grab his gear, everything was still there. Except the ground where she had stood was soaked, even though it hadn't rained all night. In Venezuela, she's called La Sayona, and she punishes unfaithful men. In Chile, she's said to appear near mines and fog-covered lakes. In New Mexico, she's been spotted walking the Rio Grande, vanishing when approached. No matter the country, the message is the same. Don't follow the crying woman. Don't be fooled by beauty. And never go near the river at night. La Llorona is more than a ghost story. She represents grief, guilt, consequences. She's a warning to men who abuse love, to women who fall victim to despair, and to anyone who thinks they can walk through life without answering for their choices. That's why she never left our stories. She's everywhere, in songs, films, whispers at night, and sometimes just beyond the tree line, near the water's edge. So the next time you're near a river after dark, and you hear crying in the distance, don't be a hero, don't be curious. And whatever you do, don't look back, because La Llorona might be closer than you think. If you enjoyed this story, like, share, and subscribe. I've got more twisted legends and real-life horror stories coming your way. And remember, not every beautiful face and deserves to be followed. Thanks for watching. Sleep well, if you can.